night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me. Um, man, I think this is gonna be my last live for a while. Um, I really need to kind of focus on this situation that I'm dealing with because um, I really don't know which way to turn. I really don't. Um, and I can honestly say right now, um, my biggest battle is the second guessing, you know, wondering where I went wrong, why this don't work, you know. Um, that's my biggest challenge right now, and you know I know how insensitive people can be. You know, there are some people that, for whatever reason, happy to see me in this position. You know, that's what turns them on. So that's the only thing I know. That's the only thing I know how to do, man. It's just sit down and be still. You know, be still. And I don't want to use this as an excuse to procrastinate, to put off doing some things I should be doing because I'm pouring my heart out into on social media, you know, trying to make something work. Now that's been my goal from when I first created my tours, was to try to come up with an idea, man, that was my own and make it work. You know, I mean that's just one of the things. What's going on? What's going on, man? Canada is up in the house. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I needed that laugh. So you know, I'm human just like everybody else, man. You know, I mean, I would love to have one of my ideas working, so I could start the process. Yeah, man. I got to deal with this. Social media is cruel. Social media is cruel. It's really cruel, and I've learned that from Periscope how cruel people can be on social media, and I don't know if I can handle um, trying to be a light and still experiencing so much darkness. Okay? Um, just like I said, right now, uh, uh, right now, I guess I'm gonna have to get a good night's sleep, man. And figure out just how to deal with this. You know, um, if I can't keep the room, I gotta go to my car. And because my starter is broke, you know. Oh yeah, of course I'm safe. Yeah, I'm safe, man. I'm not. My safety is not the issue. My safety is not the issue. My safety is not the issue. I don't worry about stuff. That's the kind of stuff I don't worry about. Whether or not I'm safe or, you know, in danger. No, no, man. I'm just I just want to be able to manifest some stuff. Yeah, my car broke down. My car broke down yesterday. Actually, the screw. When I went to the bank, I had to go and get a new bank card. The screw fell out my starter. I put it back in, and it broke on the way back to the hotel. So I can't crank my car up. That's why I've been on social media all day, because I ain't got no transportation. I can't go nowhere. And if I can't go nowhere, I can't generate. I'm not. That's how I've been able to generate the money to stay in here, is being at the White House. And you know, is that thing. And this little voice is sitting right here on my shoulder, whispering in my ear, yeah, so much for a righteous lifestyle. It's sitting right here. The devil's sitting right here on my shoulder, whispering in my ear, so much for your righteous lifestyle. you know, and that's what you have to deal with. You got those voices. I got a troll. See, I told you, there's some people that will enjoy this. Okay, and there's some people that there's a troll in here. He enjoy that. There are people that actually rejoice over the misfortune of other people. They happy about it. That's their entertainment. And there are some people that this is their entertainment. This their entertainment. So have at it, man. Have at it. Have at it. If you know, if if you well, but there's a person right there. There's a person. I got a person in here that takes joy out of misfortune, man. So take joy out of it. And like I told you, man, I've had jokers come on here and talk about my dead mama. I know how cruel they can be. I mean, one guy, man, used to talking about fucking my dead mama. You know, how she was in hell. All of that you have to deal with. Okay? No, I don't have no problem. Um, I don't have a problem. You're right, Fred. I don't have a problem conducting wealth and blessings. I don't have a problem with that, man. What what, what have I got to lose? What have I got to lose trying to see if something work? I don't have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose, and especially when it's something that ain't never been discovered, ain't never been talked about. Nobody's has ever talked about the blessings that come with understanding. And when you really sit down and think about it, your livelihood is reflected by your understanding. Your ability to make a living is determined by your understanding. If you got a lot of understanding, if you have a lot of education, if you have a lot of knowledge, you're valuable. If you don't have a lot of knowledge, if you ain't got no education, you ain't valuable. That's just the reality. That's just how the system works. If you ain't got nothing to offer mentally, you ain't worth nothing. I mean, that's just the way it is. I didn't make the rules. I didn't. That's just the way it is. Okay? That's just the way it is. So, it's all about your understanding. That's what I'm learning right now. It's about your understanding. And when you understand something, you can connect the dots. See, when you understand something, you're knowledgeable. See, you have answers, you have solutions. And depending upon, what you're doing, that solution and that knowledge can be valuable. I mean, what do you think they pay you on your job for? The level of your understanding is determines your salary. Think about it. Your level of understanding is what dictates your salary. Right now. Right now. It's your level of understanding that dictates how much money you make. It just so happened, I'm self-employed. Okay? I work for myself. I've tried to get my own ideas to work rather than working somebody else's ideas. See, that's where that's been my downfall. I've tried to work my own ideas and not get out trying to work somebody else's ideas. Okay? That's my, when I meet what I'm in, that's been my Achilles heel. Trying to be independent, trying to be self-sufficient, trying to feed myself from within myself, so I ain't got to depend on nobody. That's if there's one thing that I know why I'm in the position I'm in is because, man, I just wanted to be free. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to have my own. And that's what I went out. I didn't steal it from nobody. I ain't robbed nobody. I took some history that was dying on the vine and created a business. Not only, and let me show you, not only did I create tours that were just dying on the vine, I also created a hop-on, hop-off shuttle for every Black museum monument in D.C. I created a hop-on, hop-off shuttle so that people don't have to worry about How they gonna get from one point to the other? There's a shuttle that will take you, okay, to all other museums, black museums and monuments in DC. And people like, y'all ain't got all that. Well, listen, we got, let me show you. We have the Frederick Douglass House in Southeast. Okay, Cedar Hill. We got the Emancipation Statue on Capitol Hill. All right, Lincoln Park. We got the Martin Luther King statue. That's downtown. Okay, we got the Black History Museum. That's downtown. We got the Mary McLeod Bethune Council House. We got the Carter G. Woodson House. And we got the African American Civil War Museum. There's seven places right there for the hop on, hop off shuttle. 7 places for the hop on, hop off shuttle. All of that, and because the majority of the black history is located outside the monument box. Only thing we got in the monument box is Martin Luther King and the Black History Museum. And this is the thing about the black history of DC. When you start examining the black history of DC, you're going to see a lot of symbolism. You know, when you start researching the black history of DC, there's a lot of symbolism. What do you mean symbolism? It was the 14th Amendment, okay, of the Constitution that gave us our freedom. Well, where's the Black History Museum located at? In DC, 14th and Constitution Avenue. It's where the Black History Museum is located. Okay? Symbolism. See, in the Senate Circle is the Peace Memorial. That is America crying on the shoulders of history, who's reading off all of the names of the naval Civil War dead. But in the 1830s and 40s, that was an actual slave auction block. Okay? So when I see that statue, I see America crying on the shoulders of history, who's reading off all of the names of the families that was broken apart right there in that location. Okay? Symbolism. And go down to 6th and Pennsylvania Avenue. That's where you'll find the Canadian Embassy. But that's also where the Pearl Affair of 1848 happened. I mean, not the Pearl Affair, I'm sorry. That's wrong. The Snow Riots of 1835. Pearl Affair happened in Southwest. Okay? At 6th and Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest was the Snow Riots of 1830. That was the first race riot in Washington, D.C. The white workers at the Navy Yard went on strike for higher pay. And the free and enslaved black labor didn't participate in the strike, so it didn't work. Okay? And they was upset. Beverly Snow, a free black man, had the Epicurean Eating House, a restaurant. It was an upscale restaurant at 6th and Pennsylvania Avenue. The white worker, there was a young black man, Arthur Bowen, who was staying with the widow of William Thornton, who was the architect of the Capitol. And now this 1835. This is right after the Nathaniel Turner uprising in 1831. Now notice, I didn't use the name Nat Turner. I used the name Nathaniel Turner. Okay? See, because on the Underground Railroad, if you use the name Nat Turner, they wouldn't trust you. They would not trust you. Okay? That was not the code. The code was Nathaniel Turner on the Underground Railroad. All right? Because Nathaniel meant God sent. And he was hanged in Jerusalem, Virginia. Okay? What's going on, Bernie? Thank you for joining me, brother. Okay? So, this is 1835. So a young black man went into the widow of Dr. William Thornton saying he had every right to be free. Okay? All right? And the rumor started that D.C. had its own Nat Turner. So they arrested Arthur Bowen, and they arrested William Crandall, who was a doctor. He had abolitionist material in his office. And you know who the DA of D.C. was at that time? Francis Scott Key. Same Star Spangled Banner. See, a lot of people don't realize Francis Scott Key, who wrote the Star Spangled Banner down in Bladensburg, Maryland, was also the DA of Washington, D.C. And he was also a founding member of the American Colonization Society. The American Colonization Society is responsible for sending black folk back to Africa. They formed Liberia. The American Colonization Society are the ones that sent black folk back to Africa, and they formed Liberia. That's why Go Back is so offensive. Because of the American Colonization Society didn't feel that black folk belong in America. And seeing you had some black folk that wanted to stay, and you had some black folk that wanted to go back. Henry Highland Garnett, one of the most respected black leaders in the city, died in Liberia. He wanted to go back to Africa. And him and Frederick Douglass didn't see eye to eye. See, Henry Highland Garnett was one of them by any means necessary. Okay? This how him and Douglass met. When Douglass came back from Ireland, first of all, the Underground Railroad is a code system that was mostly known by us. All right? White folk didn't understand the codes. And all the codes were nicknames. Just that simple. Okay? See, now here's somebody talking about Frederick Douglass is an American treasure and don't even know how to spell his name right. See, when Douglass first of all, Frederick Douglass didn't escape slavery on the Underground Railroad. Frederick Douglass escaped slavery disguised as a sailor. And his name was not Douglass. His name, when he escaped slavery, his name was not Frederick Douglass. His name was Frederick Bailey. Okay? He adopted the name Douglass. And so that you would know, when you saw the name Frederick Douglass and it was him, he added an extra S to Douglass. So when you saw the name Frederick Douglass with two S's, that was your man. And see, and this clown up in here, talking about Frederick Douglass with one S, was an American hero. And you can't even spell his name right. So that shows me right there, you don't know what you're talking about. You trying to be up in here being impressive. That's all. That's all you up in here for. To be impressive. Okay? But that was the code for Frederick Douglass. Okay? And what's the white guy that he wrote the paper with? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Okay, okay. If he didn't come up in here legit, let me show you how he came up in here. He came up. He came up here. Does Mr. Conductor fix conductors? That's how he came up in here, Bernie. And his first comment was, does Mr. Conductor fix conductors? Okay? And I just counted him as a troll then. I counted him as a troll then. Because for somebody that don't know, why would you come up saying some stuff like that? And you don't even know me. And look, and here, Mr. Conductor has no problem conducting wealth and blessings. And you saying he legit, Bernie? The only reason I'm gonna take your word for it, man. He legit. I'm gonna take your word for it, Bernie. But I just want you to see, behind your back, that's how he act. Okay? And maybe that's the reason I wasn't supposed to block him. So you could come in here and see him. Okay? All right? So anyway, back to Frederick Douglass. See, okay. All right. Hey, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm just trying to, man, the what I'm trying to do, y'all, what I'm trying to do, y'all, is in real time try to show you how some of this stuff works in real time. Just to try to show you how it works in real time. That's all I'm trying to do. It just show people, man, that you can get blessed living right. You can make it being positive. That's all I'm trying to show people. You can make it, man. You ain't got to go out here and steal and deceive and cheat. You can live a righteous lifestyle, okay, and still be able to keep your head above water. And that's just been my goal, to try to show people, man, how you can go out and create your own. You ain't got to depend on nobody else. Because, see, when you got your own, you call your own shots. Can't nobody tell you how to run your business when you are the creator. And that's all. Man, I just trying to get free, man. That's all I've ever been. Even as a street vendor. I started out as a street vendor. Because I didn't want to work a job, man. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be free. So that, if I had the urge to go to my kids' school, I ain't got to ask nobody, can I go? Man, pack up your stuff and just go to your kids' school and see what's going on. And that's how I used to surprise my kids. Man, my kids think I'm at work working, and next thing they look up, Daddy, what you doing in here? Just checking on y'all, see what's going on, what's happening. That's what I would do. And walk them halls. Because I told y'all, I didn't have the patience to do homework. So I had to walk the halls. Okay? Well, see, Steve, here's the thing, man, with being self-employed. You don't have no benefits. That's why you got to stay on top of your health. Okay? All right? That's why you got to stay on top of your health when you work for yourself. Because 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to have the coverage that you would have if you was on a job. Okay? So you got to eat right. You got to stay on top of your health, because that's one less expense that you need. And see, when you sick and you can't work, you don't get paid. Let me say that again. See, working for yourself, because 9 times out of 10, when you first start, you ain't got the money to go and get no insurance, because business ain't popping like that. So you got to maintain good health, man. You have to maintain your health. You got to be conscious of your health when you're working for yourself. You can't get out here doing all the crazy stuff all these people are doing. Because you are the one that you are depending on you. And that's all I've been trying to do, man. And I told you, see, I get a lot of people coming up in here and trashing me and talking, but notice they never trash my website. And I tell them, go to dcblacktours.com. That's my website. dcblacktours.com is my website. See, they can talk about me, but they can't talk about my product. They can't talk about my product. And that's, I just had somebody text me tonight. Is a day tour available for Friday? Of course it is. And if they book, I'll take them on the tour. If they don't, business as usual. Business as usual. Okay? So I don't mind putting my stuff out there so people can see it. I don't mind. And if business, when business really starts booming, you're gonna see some more stuff I'm gonna be able to add to my website. See, I got dcblacktours.com. I got trueconductor.tv. I got my own TV. I got right now, you can go to trueconductor.tv and look at the videos that I done uploaded. Okay? And that's the stepping stone to an app. TrueConductor.tv is a stepping stone to an app. I should have had my app by now. But the guy that was building it screwed me. But I did get my domain name, trueconductor.tv. I got that. Okay? Hey, man, if they do, fine. If they don't, I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And I'm passionate about it. And whether I get one or I got 40, they all get the same tour. I don't discriminate. When I get my tours, man, you know, I get into them. I don't care if I just got one person. Man, they're going to get a hell of a tour. They're getting a hell of a tour. See, because I don't know who they know. And that's how I approach it. See, I don't know who people know. So I give them all the same thing, buddy. Because I like it. See, and not only do I like it, but I created it. See, the rest of these tours you get on in DC, I bet you if you, man, who created this tour? I don't know. I couldn't tell you who created it. But when you get on my tours, see, now, you know, man, these are the tours True Conductor created. And see, and let me show you. Not only do I have a business, DCBlackTours.com, but I got a brand, True Conductor. I got a brand too, True Conductor. And I do Black History of DC. And I done built a brand. And I started out as a street vendor. Man, I'm probably the only civilian in Washington, D.C. that has fought corruption in the police department where some cops actually went to jail. I'm probably the only civilian in Washington, D.C. that has fought corruption in the police department where some cops went to jail. Okay? Some vending cops, George Hardy and David Brooks, both got arrested for taking bribes. Man, in fact, that's why I ran for mayor of D.C. I went over to Internal Affairs to report that these cops was on the tape, and Sergeant Everett, I'll never forget him, because my vending stand was right across the street from police headquarters. He came over and he said, Mr. Folden, we did an investigation on your complaint, and the only thing that we can find is you didn't want to adhere to the vending rules and regulations. I said, for real? He said, yeah. And as he's talking, I said, Sergeant Everett, listen, if I got to run for mayor to tell this story, I will. And that dude looked at me and he said, Mr. Folden, you're a street vendor. Don't waste your time. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you. I said, what you say? He said, you a street vendor, sir. Don't waste your time. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you. Now, Board of Election was right in the building, right in front of me. And when he left, I walked right into Board of Election. What I got to do to run for mayor? They said, raise your right hand. Here's some petition. We need 2,000 ballot signatures. And I went out and got 4,000 and got on the ballot. Didn't have no money, no organization, and got about 195 votes too. Okay, first time out the box. And I was running for mayor against Marion Barry. Marion Barrett. The last time he ran for mayor, I was in that group. I cut my teeth on John Ray. John Ray, see, and this is when I learned ain't no such thing as democracy. Because I had no money and no organization, and the only people they wanted to hear from was Ray, Barry, Sharon Pratt Kelly was already the mayor, and Carol Schwartz, who was the lone Republican that was running. Those are the only 4 people they wanted to hear from in these political forums. See, so, because me, it was about 9 or 10 of us on the ballot. And all of the other candidates, they considered as fringe candidates. And matter of fact, they called me a gadfly. Okay? That was my nickname. I was a gadfly. That's what they called me, a gad. You know, a gadfly is that fly that's always buzzing around. You know, the cows be trying to get rid of them gadflies. See, that's what they call me, a gadfly, because I was always on somebody, right? One day, our second mayoral forum was at a church at 8th and 8th Street Northwest. It's still sitting there on the corner right now. And they had all of the candidates in. And I came by and I sat next to Mr. Ray, John Ray. And my stepfather knew John Ray. And I said, "Good morning, Mr. Ray. How you doing?" That man looked at me and said, "Mr. Folden, you're nothing, you're nobody, and you don't count." I said, "What you say?" He said, "You're nothing, you're nobody, and you don't count." Now, we in church. I looked at Mr. Ray and I said, "Motherfucker, you're going to regret that statement to the day you die." That's what I told him in church. I said, "Motherfucker, you're going to regret that statement to the day you die." And every chance I got, I cut my teeth on John Ray. Sure did. And matter of fact, the last day, the day of the election, Bacchus Junior High School up on South Dakota Avenue used to be, I don't know which is the busiest precinct now, but that was the busiest voting precinct in Washington, D.C. And of course, all of the candidates went to that polling location, right? I go up there and I see Mr. Ray. Well, first of all, Carl Rowan Jr. was John Ray's campaign manager. His dad, Carl Rowan, y'all might remember him. Well, Carl Rowan Jr. was John Ray's campaign manager. And they used to intimidate the hell out of Sharon Platt Kelly's workers. And they always had a thing about putting their hands, and I, you know, man, keep your hand, you can talk to me, but stop putting your hands on me. And I went to Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray, listen, I don't mind your people talking shit, but please, sir, ask your people to keep their hands off me, because I'm tired of it. So now everybody know I've been on John Ray's ass. And he's walking down the street. At this time, John Ray is kicking Marion Barry up the ass with early voting. He's kicking Marion Barry's ass. And John Ray talked like, had a list like Jesse Lee Peterson. Talked just like John Ray. Okay? If you ever heard the way Jesse Lee Peterson talks, that's the way John Ray talked. Okay? And white folk, man, would make their skin crawl. And when I see John Ray coming down the alley now, I'm in my blue suit with my white hat on, and I see Mr. Ray coming down the alley, and he said, Mr. Folden, you're invited to my victory celebration. Now I'm still seething from his comment, right? I said, Mr. Ray, only thing I want from you is an apology. That's all I want from you. Okay? And at that time, one of his workers tried to push his way to kind of push me out the way like this here. In the bushes we went, man. In the bushes we went. Because I told him, tell your people to keep their hands off me. All right? And when this guy tried to dismount, shit, in the bushes, let's go, buddy. We finna tussle. All right? And I ended up going to the hospital. And the news got out that one of John Ray's workers got into it with one of the candidates, one of the mayoral candidates. And boy, and see, and a lot of black folk didn't like John Ray. And see, with Marion Barry, he was coming off of that drama with the dope in the hotel, and still got reelected. And man, they ended up reelecting Marion Barry by a landslide. He wore John Ray's ass out. Okay, so it was from that experience that I learned ain't no such thing as democracy, man. See, the press wants you to have money because you're going to give it to them. They determine whether you viable or not. If you ain't got no money to give them to buy advertisement, you ain't a viable candidate. See, that's what folk don't realize about the media. If you ain't got money to spend with the media, shit, you ain't viable. I don't care how good your message is. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Matter of fact, let me bring this over here so I can show y'all. Let me show y'all some stuff here. Let me show you some stuff. Man, this was the first time I took my kids to Jamaica. This was the first time we went to Jamaica. Right here. All right? Now, remember, I told y'all that let me show you how they used to. That's them locking me up. That's them locking me up, right there. See, that's and man, they took me for a joyride. They took me for a joyride, man, and it was like 100 degrees. I'm sweating like a pig, praying to God, please, Lord, don't let me panic back here in this paddy wagon, because they was trying to break me. Okay, and see, and this guy, this is David Brooke. He dead now. They dogged him because he didn't want to cooperate. He and they took money down to they caught them in front of the precinct. The Koreans came and gave them money in front of the precinct. That's how they got busted. And see, one day, him and Hardy, I saw him coming. And this is how they got busted. Let me tell you how they got busted. Them guys was on me so hot and so heavy I mean, I got thousands of dollars in tickets from them. And one day I saw them coming, and I had a jumper on that had a pocket up here, and I had a tape recorder, and I put the tape recorder on and just dropped it off in my pocket. And Hardy got out the car. Don Folden, you ain't shit. And the world know you ain't shit. And if you got your tape on, motherfucker, turn it up and tell them to come get me, because I'm getting ready to get out of here. And I got ready to say something. He said, look, motherfucker, you heard what I said. If you got your tape on, turn it up and tell them to come get me. And the tape was running. It was running. And I walked right over to Internal Affairs. I said, listen to this. He said, can I have it? I said, no, I'll bring you a copy. And the next day, I brought him a copy. That's how they got busted. He was bragging. I'm getting ready to come get me. Come get me. See, let me show y'all. The guy that the guy singing this song, that's him. Ron Yarbrough. This is his song right here. Matter of fact, he's performing this. This very song right here is what he's performing in my shop. Okay? And this song right here, man, took me through a many of lonely nights. Because when I finally came to the realization that my kid's mother, okay, Bernie, when I finally came to the realization that my kid's mother didn't want to be bothered with our children, that's when I just said, okay, let me just buckle down, man, and be the best dad I can be. And man, I used to, this song right here carried me through a lot of nights. Okay? This is him. This is him right here. This is him, Ron Yarbrough. This is his song. And the flip side of it was about black on black killings, and it would be just as relevant to this song over 30 years old. That's why I can play it on YouTube and don't get a copyright strike, because they don't know what it is. They don't know where to find it. Okay? But see, this was when I opened up my African tabletop showroom. Okay? This was Sandy Allen. She was a council person in my ward. But this was my shop. Okay? This was my shop right here. This is what it was. See? Let me show you. See? I still got the business license, man. Still got the business license. Still got it. Still got a copy of it. See, this was it. What's going on, Luna? See, this and see, and I had a young lady that imported African furniture. So she said, can I display my furniture? And I said, absolutely. Bring your furniture and we'll display it. And that's what I did. And see, this is my mom. This is my mom right here, my late mother. That's my son. And that's how I used to look on the campaign trail. Right there, with that white hat. When they saw that white hat coming, man, it's like, oh, snap. Here come trouble. See? Look. And I went from being a street vendor to this right here. To this. And so, matter of fact, this is the guy that created Kwanzaa. This the guy that created Kwanzaa. Right here. I forgot his name. Dr. something, but he created Kwanzaa. See? That's when I was what? 47? I'm 47 years old right there. That's my mama and my grandmama right there. And this is the guy that Jim Rowland was the guy that created the dinnerware. He's the guy that created the dinnerware. And man, this is the last time I saw my kid's mom. That's how old my kids was the last time I saw their mama. They 2 and 3 years old right there. That's the last time I saw her. And man, I just like, I'm just gonna have to, be a single dad. And one of the things that I was very protective of was my children. I was very protective. My children and my personal life was separate. When I brought my kids home from school and we sit down and eat and do what we got to do, when I made my creeps, my kids was in the bed. And I go and do what I got to do, and when I come back home in the morning when they wake up, I'm not, man, I can't worry about that. Whatever, because see, here's the thing. If she's still alive and I get some kind of notoriety, it's gonna flush her out. If she's still alive. If I get some kind of notoriety, it's gonna flush her out. They're gonna find her. I ain't got to find her. When people start hearing my story, they'll start looking for her. All I got to do is just keep throwing some ideas on the wall to make something stick. And see, and this is the thing, people, that I want you to realize about ideas. The very ideas that you threw up on the wall that didn't stick, that eventually slid down, they still down at the bottom. They still at the bottom of the wall. They still there. I ain't got time for that, man. I don't even know what her name is. That girl done had so many illnesses, it ain't funny. It ain't funny. And see, I ran for mayor of DC, so I ain't hard to find. You can Google me. Google my name. And all my shit will come up. All of it. Google my name. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you how crazy this is. Now, if you Google my name, all right, see, I got Don Folden DC, Don Folden True Conductor. I just typed in my name, Don Folden. Look what came up. Okay? All these names. So let's see what Don Folden DC. So it comes up with Capital Buddy Tours. All right? Look at the articles. See? Now I just typed my name in. Look at the articles that come up. This is the guy when I was in old Georgetown. He did a thing. I even had Jason Kessler. I know Jason Kessler, the guy that had the Charlottesville riots where that girl got killed. He was the organizer. I know him, man. I know Jason Kessler. I know all them cats, man. But look. But now let me show you something. Okay? Let me show you something. When I put it on images, look at what comes up. Okay? When I Google my name and put it on images, look what come up. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Oh, I ain't seen this one. Okay, let's see. Let me go back to all. All right, so this is True Conductor, right? Look at all of the stuff that'll come up when you Google True Conductor. Now, let me put it on images. Look at the images that come up. Okay, I ain't hard to find, man. I am not hard to find. I am not hard to find. I'm not hard to find at all. Okay? I'm not hard to find. You can Google me and still get my story. And it's surprising at how many people still are suspicious, even when they Google me. They still suspicious. All right? I was trying to find the brochure when I ran for mayor. I had it. I had it in here. I know I did. I know I did. See, that's my graduation picture. Right there. That's what, 1971. That's when I graduated from high school. That's my graduation picture. So, but anyway. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. I haven't looked in this in a minute. A lot of Black history. Mary McLeod Bethune, right here. That's her. Matter of fact, this cane that she's carrying right here belonged to President Roosevelt. And see, here's the thing about Mary McLeod Bethune. Most of the people that were around President Roosevelt were racist. So if you wanted to see him and you got turned down by his office, you came to Mary McLeod Bethune. Mary McLeod Bethune took you to Mrs. Roosevelt. And Mrs. Roosevelt marched you right in the office, have your meeting. That's how you got a meeting with the president. You go to Mary McLeod Bethune, she take you to Mrs. Roosevelt. And Mrs. Roosevelt Didn't care. She marched you right into the office. Have your meeting. See, so I got a lot of stuff here, man. I got a lot of stuff. And like I said, man, I started as a street vendor. And now I've created my own Black History tours, trying to tell the story of the city, to keep the history alive. That's just dying on the vines. Because if I don't tell it, and you can look at my website and look at all the other people that are doing Black history in DC, they don't go where I go. They stay safe in the downtown area. They stay safe. Matter of fact, the history that they do give you, you can Google it. You can Google it. Seriously. You can Google the history they give you, you can Google it. So that was, that's it for me, y'all. I'm gonna take a break from social media, cause I'd rather Sunday. I'm gonna have to do something. Come Sunday, I'm gonna have to do something, and let the chips fall where they may. I'm good to Sunday, so let the chips fall where they may. And again, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong, that I can't get these manifestations to work. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm maybe it's something I need to tweak, because it's not working. Because I'm putting the work in. I'm putting the work in, man. Believe me. Let me show you. Now, I googled my name. I googled okay. Now I'm googling my message. Stop hating each other because you disagree. And I got some white people trying to steal my shirt. Damn, ain't that something? Look at this. Look, I got some white folk trying to steal my idea, man. They got my shirt. They got my shirt. Ain't that something? But they don't have the anointing. They don't have the anointing. All right? And if you notice, I mean seriously, look, man, I put the message in, and look how much stuff come up with me, but you see, they look. They already got and even tried to see I got my, notice how I got my hating in red? This shirt right here. See? There it is. Right there. Somebody already tried to copy the shirt. But get 15% off, $23. God damn. Damn. $23. And when I put it on images, look what come up. I just put the slogan in. Stop hating each other because you disagree. And look what comes up. Look, see, they trying to steal my shirt, but they ain't got the anointing. They don't have the anointing. Okay, they ain't got the anointing. They don't have the anointing at all. The anointing was for me. The idea came to me. Okay, and this just goes to show you. See. Okay. So hey man, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. And boy, I tell you, um, look, I'm in the middle of a crowd. Okay, in the middle of a crowd, and see, this is what I want people to understand. The unique thing about my sign is double-sided. Oh, I'm not worried about that, man. I'm not even worried about that. For real. For real, for real. For real, for real. Because I got a whole warehouse. That's not the only idea I have. I got a whole warehouse full of ideas. I do. A whole warehouse full of ideas. And so I don't even worry about that. And like I said, the anointing is with me. It ain't with them. It's with me. So the idea is going to talk to me. It'll tell me the next step to do. And that's just a... Oh, okay. 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 But that's, you know, that's how I've been doing it, man. That's how I've been doing it. And I just keep coming out trying to get my message. Oh, okay, on a template. All right. All right. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And like I said, man, I done put the work in. I have put the work in. You know, this message is all over the world. And it'll fit anywhere in the world. It'll fit anywhere in the world. This message will fit anywhere in the world. I don't care where you put it, it'll work. It'll work. And you know, and I say this, and you know, people kind of cringe a little bit, but that's the only thing that's stopping me. This. This. If I was anything other than this, man, I'd be a marketing genius. But people, the anti-woke, don't wanna promote nothing black. Anybody that's got something that's good black, now don't promote that. Cause you woke. You putting black folk over white people, and it's not good or bad. See, there's good and bad in everybody. But if the good people would just come and support other good people, man, we turn this madness now. No, it's not on YouTube. No, that's an old song, man. That song is probably about 35, 36 years old. That's how long I done had it. Maybe older than that. maybe older than that. But I know I've had it for a good 35 years that I've had the song. You know, a good 35 years. So, uh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know if the guy's still living. I don't even know if he's still living, man. I just happen to like the song. I just happen to like it because it says a lot about um, what I was going through. You know, listen, it says everybody dreams. Everybody once in their life sees themselves accomplishing something great. And you know, when you see yourself trying to accomplish something great, sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes it don't work out. It don't work out.
Everybody dreams.
Okay? So
Everybody at least
I used to,
once in their
man, I
life
used to sit
sees
and
themselves
cry,
accomplishing something great.
ask God why me?
The problem is
You know,
life is full of
why I got to get left with these
It's
kids?
designed to be that way.
And
Certain
you
people's
know,
way,
they didn't deserve this.
they just give up and stop trying.
So, you know, I had a lot of questions.
People,
And
you gotta hold on.
I used to listen to this song, man.
Sometimes you make
This song just spoke to my spirit,
and they don't
you know?
work out at all.
And cause I wanted to be self-employed. I wanted to,
For the sky
you know, create my own wealth.
and in
And I think that is probably the most disheartening part about this is I really wanted to create my own wealth, get out and generate my own ideas. And I just chose to do it in blackness, in black history. You know, I showed y'all the pictures. See, these, wait a minute, I got that right over here. I just had that last night. Where that brochure at? I just had that brochure. Oh, here it is. See, this is the line of dinnerware that I carried back in 2000 in my own shop. Okay? And this was somebody else's creation. So back in 2020, when the world was shut down, the African tabletop name came back to me. And I said, wow, wonder if that name is still available. And I Googled it, and it was, and I bought it. And when I bought the domain name, I said, well, why don't I start my own line of dinnerware this time? Because Roland's dead. So let me get my own dinnerware. And remember when they was giving out them $1,500 stimulus checks? This is what I used my $1,500 for, to get my dinnerware on paper, my ideas on paper. Now see, let me show you something. See, I do flag colors. This is a flag color of several different countries. That these are their colors: Ethiopia, Ghana, a lot of countries. These are their colors or their flags. See, and And not only am I doing flag colors, but I'm doing African prints. All right? And this is a Janami, which means God is. This is an Adinkra symbol. These are the colors of the um, temple. These were the colors in the temple. Right here. And see, some more animal prints. And that's what I said, man, let me do my own line of dinnerware. Jamaica. Let me do my own line of dinnerware. See, create my own line. And everything starts on paper. I got a lot of folks telling me, man, that's just on paper. That's where everything starts. On paper. This thing started on paper. Somebody made it on paper first. You know, this thing, somebody did it on paper first. Before it became a reality. It was on paper. Everything you use starts on paper first. And then they create create a sample of it. All right. So listen, y'all. Man, let me try to figure out how I'm going to deal with this madness with my car being down. You know, not being able to get out and make any money is kind of messing with me a little bit. So I need to kind of focus, and I don't want to feel any pressure to have to come and go live, because if I feel that, then it's not genuine. So let me just back away, man, until I can navigate this situation, and I'll be back. Okay? But I need to navigate this without any distractions. I just got to navigate it. I got to figure out, and probably need to fast so I can find out exactly what God wants me to do. All right? I sent a guy email. I asked him about. He sent me some. This guy sent me.
And they don't work out at all.
Sent me.
Sometimes you reach for the sky.
He sent me a. And they all the same. Oh no, I don't like this. Make any sense of it. He sent me a picture of a Mercedes that a little van like this. This is like, and I saw some up there cheaper. I don't know why he sent me this one, but I asked him, what about, do y'all own these? Let me show you. See, what is it? What is it?
Because only by keeping the faith.
Price of it.
Can you make your dreams come true?
That's the price. $58,000.
People may laugh.
That's the price.
And sometimes it seems things will never work out. But it's always darkest.
That's the price.
Just before the light comes. And if you Just gotta hold on to hope. Never, never, never let it go. Never let it go. Just gotta hold on real tight. Hold on real tight to that dream of yours. Hold on real tight.
All right. So
To that dream of yours. Winners don't quit.
all right. So listen. Thank you, man, for
Don't win.
and my grandson is in a play, man, on Broadway. That's going to Broadway.
Beginning
They opening up in Chicago this weekend. I think it's this weekend. They open up next weekend. They open up in Chicago, and my daughter is going up to the show, and I could get a used one of them for about $25,000-$30,000. See, this is what I think this is well, what this is forcing me to do is to have to depend more on God and not man. Because when you depend on man will let you down. Okay? But when God is your source, and this is probably why I might be having even the challenges that I'm having, because I'm more upset that man can't see what I'm doing and not depending on God. See, that's I think that might be where I'm having the hang up at. Because I'm saying, like, man, good people can't see what I'm doing. Good people can't appreciate what I'm trying to do. And that's and that's the disappointment, because man will let you down. Ain't got nothing to do with God. I'm like, man, people can't see what I'm doing, and God say, trust me. You see, so I haven't. Hey, maybe I haven't trusted Him enough, which is why it ain't working. Because I don't trust Him enough. But I'm going to find out what it is. And when you trust in God, man, you a lot of things you can't question. You just deal with it. I want to believe, man, all this is going to work out. But, I got history of stuff not working out, even when I believe in it would. I got some history of it not working out. That's why I'm here. Because I thought maybe I could just, if I could just get people to donate some tours, I could catch up. If I can help some young people, pay it forward, man. Help me, I'm going to go help some more kids. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go live and I'm going to show you what I'm doing with these kids. And I ask people, man, help me, donate a tour, man. So I can go, man, as bad as these kids are running rambunctious in D.C., and they don't know none of their history, man. Don't know none of their history. And wouldn't it be interesting if people start donating me some tours, and I can go and start getting some troubled kids, and showing them some black history that turned them around. Ain't nothing else working because crime is out of control. So why don't you try something different? Ain't nothing else working. You paying all this money for other people. Man, help me. And see, not only are you helping me, but I'm paying it forward. I'm helping somebody else. See, like a lot of people that are on GoFundMe, see, they only gonna benefit from that. They ain't paying that forward. And I'm saying, man, help me and let me pay it forward. And if I don't do what I say I'm gonna do, now you can say, Truth Conductor, you a liar. Because you said you was gonna do this and you didn't. But they won't even give me the chance. Don't assume I'm lying. Give me the chance to prove myself. And that's that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And maybe that's my Achilles heel. Because I'm too worried about what man is not doing, and not worried about what God is not doing. That could be my issue. That could be my issue. And that's something I work on, man. I work on it. You remember that story? Remember the story with remember the story where the father brought the son to Jesus because his disciples couldn't get the spirit out? And listen to Jesus. So he asked his father, how long has this been? This is Mark chapter 9, verse 21. So he asked his father, how long has this been happening to him? And he said, from childhood. And often he has thrown him in both the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. And verse 23, Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. All things are possible to him who believes. Immediately, the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. Help my unbelief, man. And that's what I ask God every day. God, help my unbelief. I believe, but help my unbelief so I can stand strong. And that's the battle that I'm in right now. I believe, but I'm asking God to help me with my unbelief so I can manifest some stuff. Okay? All things, listen, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. And look, let me read that definition of believe. Believe. Accept something is true. When you believe, you accept it as true. When you believe, you accept it as true. All right? All right, y'all. Man, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you. I really mean that. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And I see y'all, man. I see y'all when I see y'all. All right? Take care of yourself, boy. Y'all be good. See you later.